Welcome back. We are in week 5. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we are already here. So, we have narrowed down our niche. We've been working on our audience engagement and our content. We have found 30 brands we want to work with. Now it is time to pitch to those brands and start getting paid doing what you love. Oh, I'm so excited for this lesson today. So, let's go ahead and jump right in. So we're going to go over how to pitch to brands, right? The perfect pitch. So in the perfect pitch, you want to pitch with confidence, right? Because confidence really is a key factor to our success. When we truly believe in ourselves, that radiates to others and they believe in us as well. If you are showing up half-ass, not believing in yourself, pitching to brands, when you pitch to brands, how is that going to translate to them, right? How are they going to want to work with someone who doesn't even believe in themselves? So, pitching with confidence really is a key factor in this. And if you aren't 100% confident with your pitch yet, do not worry because that is why we fake it till we make it, right? Hopefully, with this perfect pitch template I'm giving you guys, that will give you the ability to be confident, show that to brands, and land the brand deal of your dreams. So, another really important factor to a perfect pitch is doing your research about the brand. When you copy and paste the same email to 50 different brands, you don't personalize it, that shows them that you don't really care about the brand, that you're doing this for personal gain. You just sent this out to 50 different brands, didn't put time into it, didn't really care about the brand. That really shows to them, and that's not going to land you the brand deal. You want to make sure that you do your research about each and every single brand you pitch to. Yes, this is very time consuming, but this is going to land you the brand deals. This is the deal breaker right here because, like I've said, I've talked to the PR reps that I have become friends with, and they say it is crazy the amount of people who send out emails that were clearly copy and pasted. And that is not a good look, right? Brands want to work with people who are truly interested in the brand and sharing, promoting the brand to their followers because they truly care about it, right? So you want to make sure you do your research. Something that I always do, and this really helps you to stand out, is I go to the brand's website, I find their About Me section, and I look at their mission statement, and I usually restate their mission statement within the pitch because that shows them that I actually took the time to go look at their website, read about them, find out who they are, why I would want to work with them, and that in turn is going to resonate such a better positive energy to them when you show that you really care about them. The next important part of a perfect pitch is to send your media kit. So, I was talking to one of my clients, and she said, "Oh, like I've been pitching to brands, but they always like want to do free collabs. Like, how can I change this? What am I doing wrong?" And I found that she wasn't sending her media kit in her initial pitch because she felt that it was being too forward. Now, this is so untrue. When you send your media kit, it's not being forward. You are showing brands that you are professional, you've done this before, you have the credentials to do this. Like I said, a media kit is like a job resume. You wouldn't show up to a job resume, or you wouldn't show up to a job interview and not have a resume because that's too forward, right? Like, that's silly. A media kit shows them that you are a professional, and you always want to make sure that you send it along with your initial pitch. Alright, like I said before, personalize each email. This kind of goes along with do your research. You do not want to send a copy and paste message to every single brand, right? It's okay to structure your emails the same, but you want to personalize each email you send. Again, this is going to translate to the fact that you took the time to research about the brand, that you care about the brand, and you're not just doing this for personal gain, a quick buck. You're not just sending this out to a million different brands hoping that one of them will take you, right? You actually care about this brand, you want to work with them, you care about sharing their message, sharing their products with your followers because you truly believe in them. And that in turn is going to make them believe in you. And the last aspect to a perfect pitch is to follow up. Please follow up, guys. This goes for anything you ever apply to or want to do. If you don't hear back from them right away, follow up, follow up, follow up. Again, when you follow up with a brand, that shows them that you truly want to work with them, right? It's not going to come off as annoying or pushy or anything like that. Do not feel guilty for following up. I once followed up with a brand 5 times before I heard back from them. And when I did hear back from them, not only did they want to work with me, do my giveaway package, but they wanted to recruit me to help with their spring campaign. This ended up being over $1,000 brand deal. This was back when I had 5,000 followers. So please don't forget to follow up. Personally, I follow up the first time I follow up 2 days after, the second time I follow up 1 week after the initial pitch, and then I'll follow up the next day and then the next day, and that's when I ended up hearing back from them. I've heard people who only follow up once a week or even once or twice a month. I personally recommend doing it more than that, just because these brands probably get a million messages a day from influencers who want to work with them. And like I said, a lot of these influencers don't send a good pitch, right? They send a copy and paste email to everyone they pitch to. So a lot of these brands are just going to breeze through these. They're not really going to take the time to look into them, or your pitch could get lost in all these messages. That's why it's so important to follow up, get their attention, and show them that you truly want to work with them, right? People like to feel special. There is a person behind every pitch you are sending, behind every brand, every email. And everybody likes to feel special, right? Even if it's a brand you're making feel special, like I said, there's somebody behind that. So follow up, that is a huge factor to being successful at landing brand deals. We will go over follow up templates later on, but I just wanted to mention because that's a very important part of sending a perfect pitch. All right, your first few collabs don't have to be paid. I say this just because when you're first starting out, you might not really know how your audience reacts to a product post, right? If it's the first few times you've done this, it's okay to get metrics and analyze things to do right, things to do next time, things that you did wrong, so that it's okay for your first few collabs to not be paid. That's perfectly normal, and that's a really good way for you to get your case studies put together for when you do start getting paid. But that being said, that doesn't mean that you can't land paid brand deals for your very first ones. Like I've said before, when setting your rates, audience analytics, engagement rate, number of followers, all that stuff, that doesn't account for the amount of time that you spend on the photo shoots, editing, post-production, pre-production, your skill level, all of that stuff. So you 100% can definitely land paid brand deals for your first ones if your content is really outstanding quality content, right? If you're creating content for the brand, it's okay to charge for that, even if it's your first collaboration. However, that's not going to be the case for everyone, right? There's a lot of you who are still doing iPhone photos, which, like I said, is great. There is nothing wrong with doing iPhone photos. To build your following, to get started. Nothing wrong with that, and you absolutely can do it this way. For a lot of people, the first few collabs are going to be free or product exchange collabs, which is perfectly fine. But after 2 or 3 collabs, it's time to start knowing and understanding that your time is valuable and you deserve to be compensated for your work, right? You are doing a disservice to yourself and to other creators when you continue to do free collabs after doing a few initial ones and seeing that they work, because if you have followed everything that I have taught you in this course, they 100% should be of value to brands, and you deserve to be paid for that. You deserve to be paid for your time because it is valuable, right? The time you put into editing your photos, the time you put into creating an engaged audience, one that cares about the products you're sharing, all of this is valuable to a brand, and if you're making them money, you deserve to be paid money. You know, a brand wouldn't go to a TV commercial producer and say, hey, I have a bunch of these free products I'd like to give you to create a commercial for me to show to a bunch of people that will buy my products. No, that's not how it works. Influencer marketing is the same concept, right? Except it's a much smaller scale. Just because it's on a smaller scale does not mean that you don't deserve to be paid. You're still taking the time to create photos, to create an engaged audience, to create a caption that resonates with your audience, to go out and find these brands. You're putting a lot of time in this, and it's so important to know your worth. All right, so now that we've gone through that little pep talk, it's time to get into how a perfect pitch is structured. So obviously you want to say, hey, either their name or the brand, or I say, hey, there sometimes if I don't know who I'm talking to, but you always want to structure these like a professional written email. The next thing you want to do is a genuine compliment, something that speaks to them. So this is usually where I restate their mission statement. We'll go over an exact example of a perfect pitch that I actually sent out to a brand and landed a brand deal with. But for right now, we're just going over these structures. So, a genuine compliment. You want to open with a compliment because this is the first thing that they're going to read, right? And there is nothing wrong with buttering someone up. We all like compliments, especially when it's something that they know you took the time to do research on. That shows them, again, that you care about the brand, their mission, what they're about, and you care about sharing their products with others, which in turn is going to make them care about you, and that is what seals the brand deal. So the next thing you want to do is introduce yourself with authority. When I say with authority, this means confidently, right? You don't just want to breeze over this. You want to say, this is who I am. This is what I do. I have worked with brands before. I always hyperlink the Instagram post of the branded content that I have shared before on my Instagram page when I do my introduction, which I'll show you guys in a second. But you always want to introduce yourself with authority. Next, you want to state what you can do for them and how you can be of value to them, right? You do not want to focus on what they can do for you. You want to show them that you are doing a service for them, that you are going to be valuable to them, why they should work with you. If you come at them and say, I would love to get some of your products for free, I would love to share them on my page, something along the lines of that, that is not showing that you are going to be of value to them, right? That's showing that they're doing something for you, and in turn that's not going to make them interested in working with you, right? You want this to be a beneficial relationship for the both of you. So we'll go over an exact example of what to say in the next slide, but again, we're just going over the structure here. So the first thing you want is opening, hey, brand or name if you know who they are. The next thing is a genuine compliment. Then introduce yourself with authority, state what you can do for them and how you can be of value. Next, you want to create scarcity. So this is where you're going to share what makes you different from other influencers, right? What makes working with you and doing a collaboration with you different from doing a collaboration with everyone else? Like I've said before, it's super important to have an angle or something that makes you stand out because there are so many people who are doing this. So when you put this in your pitching template, it creates scarcity, and when they see that you have something that you can offer that somebody else can't, that is automatically going to set off a little trigger in their brain saying, oh my gosh, like we need to work with them because this is something that nobody else can do or nobody else has offered to us before, right? So you want to create scarcity because this psychologically is going to make them want to work with you more. The last thing you always want to do is include a click here or attach your media kit or your Instagram. And I always hyperlink these. We never want to put a full link. This just makes it kind of sloppy and messy. So when you're writing out your email, you want to make sure if you say click here see my media kit or Instagram or anything like that, you want to make sure that you hyperlink these. Now this just means that you highlight it, there's a little link button that says hyperlink, then you'll type in the actual link to this little pop-up thing, click save or enter or whatever, and then it'll show up where that little blue line is underneath, and they can click on the word, and that'll take them to the destination website, wherever it may be. So always, always, always make sure you hyperlink these. Then you want to prompt the next response from them and close it with something like, I look forward to hearing back from you, I look forward to working with you, something along the lines of this, because this, again, prompts the next response from them. You're not just saying, thanks for your time, or best regards. You are saying something that's going to make them in their mind think, okay, like, what am I going to respond when, because you're already getting them to think about hearing back from them or getting them to think that you're waiting for their response. Again, this is one of those little psychological things you can add into your pitch template in order to help better your chances of sealing the brand deal. Lastly, you want to do your closing. This is where you'll do thanks again or best regards or something along the lines of that, your name, and I usually include my Instagram handle beside my name or underneath of it. So this is the structure of a perfect pitch. Now let's go ahead and get into a real life example that I sent to a brand where I landed the brand deal, and I know this is going to help you all land your brand deals. So let's go ahead and get right into that. So again, I have hi, name. This was for a brand that I did that creates natural, eco-friendly skincare products, which is a part of my niche, sustainability. So you always want to make sure that you're reaching out to brands that are within your niche, that your audience really truly is going to resonate with, because they're going to see that. Don't think that they don't do their research on you when you send your pitch. So yeah, you want to make sure you reach out to brands that resonate with your niche. So anyways, I said, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I wanted to reach out and say that now I didn't want to include the actual brand's name in here. I don't know if there's like legal terms in that, but I just decided to leave it out. So anyways, we're just going to leave that blank for now. I love blank's mission to create biome-friendly skincare products and bring back skin to a state of balance. Natural and eco-friendly products are such an important part of my life. So this is a compliment that is truly going to speak to them, right? Because I put their mission statement right in there. They saw that I took the time to go to their website, read their mission statement, read what they're about, read what they do. That's really going to resonate with them. And like I said before, who doesn't like compliments? So I always find it's best to open with a compliment and then introduce yourself. So next I said, my name is Chastity Hobbs. I'm a photographer and social media influencer. I have also worked with brands such as Native and Leafico, and I am looking to start a long-lasting relationship with like-minded brands. So this is introducing yourself with confidence, right? My name is Chastity Hobbs. I am a photographer and social media influencer. You need to own those titles, right? You don't want to just say, I'm Chastity and I post photos on Instagram or something along the lines of that. You want to own the names of influencer, photographer. Even if you don't feel like you consider yourself to be one, you want to own these, because again, that's going to come across to a brand that you believe in yourself, and it's going to make it a lot easier for them to believe in you as well. So next I have also worked with brands such as Native and Leafico, which I hyperlinked those, and you can see that with the blue and the underline, those are hyperlinked words. So if they hover over those or they click on those, that will bring them to the exact posts that I did for Native and Leafico. This is showing like social proof that you have done this before, you've worked, and typically I like to include brands that relate to the brand that I'm pitching to, if that makes sense. So I've also worked with a water shoe company. So if I'm pitching to like a hiking boot company or a backpack company, I would include the water shoe because that goes along with the outdoorsy kind of stuff. Native and Leafico are both eco-friendly, environmentally conscious brands. So that is what this brand is about as well, because it's natural, eco-friendly. So yeah, you want to make sure that the posts that you hyperlink also align with the brand. Next, I say I'm looking to start a long-lasting relationship with like-minded brands. So I'm telling them right away that I'm looking for long-lasting relationships, which in turn is both better for myself and the brand, because typically it takes 8 touches before somebody makes a purchase. So it's better for both the brand and the influencer to work over a longer period of time to get their audience more accustomed to whatever product or brand you are promoting. So I let them know right away that this is something that we're both going to be in for the long term, which in turn is going to make you more money, right? So next I would love to take some of your products on my upcoming trip to Hawaii and see what creative ways we can work together. All right. So after that, I have a few reasons this partnership would be different from others is because my engagement rate on Instagram is extremely high. My engagement rate is 20% while the average is 4. This shows I have a genuine connection and influence with my audience. I know them well and they are all about clean and natural products just like us. I can also give you exposure on TikTok or help with IGTV videos, which are both up and coming platforms. So this right here is what creates scarcity for you. This is going to make you stand out from every other person who is sending a pitch, because we all have things that are unique to us. And even if somebody else has a high engagement rate or they can help them with TikTok, are they sending that in their pitch? Are they actually showing that to a brand? I don't know, but I know that I'm going to. And this has actually helped a lot because TikTok really is an up and coming platform. It has exploded over the last few months, and brands have really loved this option when I offered it to them. They're like super interested in learning more about what I do on TikTok. So this is just another way you can add to your overall brand deal. So it's super important to create scarcity. Name reasons why this collaboration is going to be different from everyone else and why they should work with you as opposed to the 100 other emails that they got that day. So the last thing I have is, if you're interested, let me know. I would love to see what creative ways we can work together. Please find my portfolio attached below. I look forward to hearing from you. So again, I have the prompting closing statement where I say, I look forward to hearing from you, implying that I'm waiting on their response, getting them to psychologically already think about what they're going to respond. And of course, attach your media kit, your portfolio, either hyperlink it if you have it on your website, or attach the PDF below and make sure you point it out to them. So that is my perfect pitch. That is something that I have sent to a brand and I landed the brand deal. Feel free to use this exact structure. And then the last thing we're going to go over in this lesson is how to get on the list. So this isn't really something that I do a lot of, but a lot of lifestyle or foodie bloggers will do this, which is getting on the list to attend events. So we're going to talk about how you can get on the list to get paid to attend events, promote them, all that good stuff. So yeah, this is events, tasting, previews, trips, and more. So the first thing you want to do is get them to notice you. If you know that an organization is putting on an event, usually they will post about it on their Facebook or their Instagram. You want to make sure that you are following them first of all. Like I said, it's always important to build a relationship with any of the brands that you're trying to work with. So you want to get them to notice you. You want to comment on their posts. You want to share them on your story. Get excited about them. Show them that you are rooting for them. You're cheering them on. And in turn, they will be excited about that. They'll be excited about you. And they will take notice of you. So the next thing you want to do is make sure that you're easy to find. Now you can do this through your bio, your tag locations, specific hashtags. So if this is a event that's going on in your specific location, make sure that you include that in your bio, where you are at, and be posting photos of that location, tagging that location. using specific hashtags that mention that location. You want to make sure that they know you are in the area, you can attend, you can be there, and you can help them to promote it. So you want to make sure that you're easy to find. So the next thing that you can do is actually just attend events and cover them on your platform. Start doing that for free, and then other people, other big brands who see that are going to say, hey, I know this person does this, I wonder if they will do it for me. And then that's a good way to stand out, get them to notice you, and get put on more lists yourself to eventually start attending them for free and start getting paid for it. And doing this will also show them that you're good at doing this, right? If you reach out to them and they see nothing on your profile about attending events or saying that you've done it before, they can kind of be like, I'm not sure, she hasn't done this before. I would rather work with someone who clearly has done this before. So doing this for free and doing this on your own is a good way to show them that you've done this before, you're good at it, and you can charge a premium rate. Another thing you can do is publish a weekly or monthly calendar event on your website or blog or whatever it is. You can even contact brands and say, hey, I'm making a monthly events calendar. I would love to put your event on there. Let me know more about specific dates and times or something along the lines of that, and that will be a good way to get them to notice you. So this can be of places you ate, foods, or products you loved as well. Anything along the lines of that. The next thing you can do is write blog reviews for free. Again, this isn't just covering them on your social media, but you can actually go and write an entire blog review of an event that you attended, whether it was for free or you paid for it, just to show companies that you've done this before and you kind of know what you're doing. And then obviously the last thing is to reach out to them. You can use the exact same template or structure of the previous email that we talked about, but the best way of getting something that you want is to just ask for it. Don't be scared to approach them, to reach out for them, to pitch to them. The worst that they can do is say no, and then you can just go to it anyways and cover it, write a blog review. If they see that it's really good, maybe they will want to work with you next time. A similar thing actually happened to me with a brand where they reached out to me. They wanted to send me some of their products for me to do either a story post or a regular post on. This was to be done for free. It was only a product exchange. Usually I wouldn't agree to something like this, but they were a smaller brand, so I thought, why not? Like, I was in a good mood, I wanted to help them out, so I let them send me some products, took some photos, I posted them, and then that same week they reached out to me and said, wow, we loved your photos, we would love to work with you more, and then we ended up signing a $500 contract for me to take photos for their website. So doing the work for free is a really good way to stand out, especially when you're smaller or you haven't been doing this for a long time. That's a really good way to stand out to brands and then eventually start working with them. So that covers this whole lesson. I hope you guys found that helpful. I'm super excited for you all to start pitching and see where this takes you. I've included more pitching templates, follow-up templates in a document below, so be sure to check that out. I'm super excited to hear back from you guys and see who you're working with, and I will see you in the next lesson.